Today I want to talk about collaboration as a culture. Collaboration as a culture. So this probably not going to hit well with a lot of, I would say, non-blacks. I would say this is more for my culture. But if you're interested in hearing it, you can continue to listen, But if this doesn't resonate with you, you can always chime off, because I'm not expecting everybody to understand this kind of talk. So Jim Jones has, I would just call it a compound, if you will. And this compound is basically for his podcast. He said something about he was going to do a gym in there where he could do his workout stuff, and I guess maybe even do his workout videos and stuff out of that. He said he was going to open up a barber shop. He was going to open up because he does fashion. He was going to have a store in there. He was going to have a studio in there. And not for nothing. And I even said this in one of my open discussion videos, because I was walking past a facility that I saw, and I was like, shout outs to Jim Jones, because I like what he's doing with the whole thing. This is before all that beef and stuff with 50 Cent, I think, came out, where he was being disrespectful, saying that Jim Jones he wasn't paying rent, that he was a squatter and all of that shit and all of that stuff. But whatever. I'm going to talk about the positive side of that shit. I'm talking about the whole idea that he has a compound, that he started with him doing those artist to artist interviews. He's done it with Fat Joe, Memphis Bleak. He even did it with the people from his podcast, Let's Rap About It. And then it turned into the whole Let's Rap About It podcast. Not for nothing. It got me thinking, because even there's this thing that 50 Cent went and bought his stuff and was going to put them out or whatever. We don't know that to be true, because they still do the podcast out of there anyway. But regardless, 50 Cent got his own production studio in New Orleans, or at least Louisiana. Shreveport. And I just thought even what he's doing is dope. Something just kind of played in my mind earlier today, alongside of all the stuff that's been going on. I just started thinking, because I started thinking about Jada and Fat Joe got their own podcast. Cam and Mace got their own podcasts and stuff. They got the It Is What It Is, and the Talk with Flea. And then you got all these different ones. You got your Waynos, who's actually, and I didn't know this till today, kind of blew my mind a little bit. Wayno actually does, or he used to be Dave East's manager. And I just thought about that. I think about Dame Dash talking about how he has his own network. I know that there's a lot of even theories and stuff behind the scenes with that, but I say, you know what? This shit is crazy that these niggas got all this shit going, yet the collaboration of, if all of these niggas put their money together, they could start, what was kind of playing in my mind is what if, let's just say Jim Jones, let's just use him, because I hate to think that he would be the one to be this power, but let's just use it. I don't know how big his shit is. It's just got to be pretty decent size It's got to be the size of a plaza or whatnot. And and the other thing that came to my mind was the whole thing with Nipsey. The whole thing with Nipsey, like Nipsey, he bought the plaza that he used to hustle out of. He got his store, and that was a smart store, and the Marathon clothing brand. I just started thinking, I was like, and then he had that, I'm sorry, Vector 9 thing, the co-host thing for like entrepreneurs. I was like, you know what would be so fucking beautiful that niggas could do? What if we just got a Universal Studios size like compound and infrastructure, and niggas, if they wanted to do their entertainment, they could do it within the same sector, and it'd be black owned, kind of on some Tyler Perry type shit. Tyler Perry got his own Hollywood studio set or whatever. It's like, what if we did that, join together, put all our money together, build our own fucking shit, and have some level of creative control, production. And I mean, even like to the powers of like Dame Dash, he talking about he had his own network or whatever. Niggas could build a network or an app or whatever that would be like equivalent to like a YouTube, and like damn near overtake YouTube. I'm just thinking like the power of collaboration, the power of fucking collaboration, the power of niggas using their resources amongst each other. But we got all these beefs out here. We got all this one said this one doing this one and that one and everything. And I ain't even thought about like how, like kind of like your Master P's and stuff, because Master P got loot. That dude's up there. I actually don't know if Master P is a billionaire, to be honest with you. I've never even looked into that, but I know he's pretty damn close to a billionaire if he ain't one already. Dr. Dre just hit billionaire status again. At least that's how a lot of people are looking at it. Like, again, I did not take the time to really write down some shit to really like break down my thoughts and stuff, because I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. But it was just something that, before I came out today, I was taking a shower and I was just like thinking like, what would be so fucking dope if these niggas was just collaborating within one infrastructure, within one compound, and they all had their own podcasts running simultaneously or separately, and then maybe even they can all get together and they ran it out the same fucking building, the same compound, same infrastructure. Our money, our fucking economical pool, and then we put it out to the world on our own app, similar to like YouTube. That's the shit, honest to God, I really would like to do. That's the shit, because I mean, I'm not saying that I'll do this for them, because who's to say that somebody might not beat me to the punch. There's a lot of dudes out there with money that could get this shit started, but I want to do that for just my own level of the stuff that I'm passionate about. I'm like about graphic designers and stuff, like graphic designers, people that are trying to write stories and stuff. Like, I literally did yesterday my Follow Fridays, because I told you I was going to do my Follow Fridays. And actually, I didn't put it out there to you guys because that's actually on my open discussion that's coming out today. It's coming out later today. I'm actually putting this out before that. But basically, on my Follow Fridays, I'm going to start like putting you guys on to the people that I follow and I respect. And one of the dudes was Mr. Power. I just gave him a shout out on my Follow Fridays because I like what he's doing. He's talking about starting his own crime drama TV show. And I was like, yo, that's kind of the same shit I'm on. I'm trying to do it in a graphic novel though, or comic or whatever. But he's going to do it as a TV show. And I'm like, yo, that's fucking like, oh, like, you just don't know how there's so many fucking creative dudes out there. dudes that are building shit that I respect. And obviously there's one person I can honestly tell you, and I don't want to say his name right now because he's doing it in a different way, more of a revolutionary way that's building. And he's always talking about, like, if you're not building, you really falling behind and stuff. But I respect that, but I respect it in a way, like, I already know what my superpower is. And my superpower is more on a creative design level and stuff. And it's like, dude, I just would like to have my own fucking shit like that I could collaborate with people that's on my level like that. And I'm wondering how come it ain't been done by people that's already in the game. I'm talking about people that's got real money. Like, I'm talking about, like, I said, your Jim Joneses, your 50 Cents, your Dame Dashes, your Cameron and Mace and all of them, Jada and Fat Joe. They all got their own podcasts and their own stuff. And they, it's like, what if y'all did that in the same infrastructure, and the money that y'all produced, y'all could, continue to put it right back into the compound and just build out and build a fucking a kind of like a Black Hollywood type shit. But it'd be obviously on a podcast level. Like, I don't know. I was just thinking, and that shit just fucking blew my mind. I was like, because I feel like Nipsey was onto that shit on some kind of level. And of course he's not here no more. Because he did, that Vector 9. It was for entrepreneurs and co-host space where people can collaborate their ideas, kind of like a Silicon Valley type thing. And it's just so much wasted talent of shit because people ain't out here fucking really trying to collaborate. Everybody want to be you, beef, poke, shoot, kill kings, whatever. I can't stand that shit, dude. I can't stand that for our culture. I can't stand it. But I don't want to stay too long on this. This was just a thought. This is, I call it a social commentary for today because of all the people I just mentioned. Because I feel like all of these people at one point were my heroes. People that I respected. People that, and not that I don't respect them, because I still like, fuck with their music, they business plans and all of that, but it's just like shit that I already could see that is going so far left that there's almost no coming back from it. But you imagine if these niggas was to collaborate together and put their heads together and stuff and do this shit. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. And all of them got the potential to do it. 50 already got some shit popping. Jim Jones got some shit popping. All everybody's popping they stuff off, but I also like to sit here and think about, like, even if they didn't want to use their own shit, maybe they just like, well, I don't want to stretch it out to work with this nigga. Okay, fine. Like someone like T.I., because I know he buys properties and stuff. He used to do residential. I almost feel like he's now moved into commercial, I believe. I don't know this to be true. But I almost feel like he could go buy some big ass football stadium size shit, or at least somewhat half the size of a football field or something. Warehouse size type shit. I'm sorry. He could do that. He could buy, invest into something like that, and he can have everybody join together. Even his podcast, he got a podcast too. Put all they shit together in one fucking building, and we make that our own money, our own Hollywood type shit. Keep it within our culture, and we build out, and we just start our own fucking Hollywood infrastructure. But niggas too fucking prideful, too greedy, too spiteful against each other. It ain't never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But y'all let me know what y'all think. 1.5 million subs is a movement. Y'all have a good one.